Boy, has SDS killed it with the content lately, especially in the last month. This July has been one of the best content months I've ever experienced in an MLB The Show game, and they just keep on going. We have some great content that came out today. We had some great content that came out yesterday. I'm going to combine them two into one video today, so let's go over it. As we always do, let's take a look at the calendar when we discuss content updates. So today is July 30th. We got July Spotlight Drop 3, and they added a special card into the collection for the program guys, not even the pack guys, and it's really good. You've probably seen it by now. It's Mr. Nicholas Kurtz, who, oh my goodness, he had one of the greatest games of all time a couple days ago. I think it was 5 days ago when he went 6 for 6, 4 homers, whatever, Yesterday we had a new multiplayer program with the new ranked season. We had an interesting update to Battle Royale. What else? We had the Speedway Classic content come out. We had a program for that. And yeah, there was also a new headliner. And then on Friday, we have another new program, the Outfield Assist program. So I'm assuming that's going to be filled with players that have a really good arm and really good arm accuracy. Who knows? But yeah, let's get into it. So I first want to go over the multiplayer program that came out yesterday. So it's the same structure as it always has been. There are 2 cards that have been released, and they will release more later on. First, we have this Prime Series, Robin Yount. It sucks because Robin Yount is a legendary baseball player. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the best shortstops of all time. But his cards in MLB The Show are just never that good. And there are a lot of legends like this, and it's just such a shame. But this Robin Yount is kind of similar. He has high contact vision and clutch, great defense and speed, but he can only play short, has decent power, and just has a weird swing to him. And then the very early guy is this Retro Finest Rob Nen. So the Retro Finest cards are starting to come in. We had Jimmy Rollins. We have Rob Nen now, and we also had somebody else. I can't remember. Oh yeah, Bautista. But Rob Nen, that card art is just gorgeous. 4-seam slider, splitter, curveball. He does have outlier on the 4-seam, 113 hits per 9, 103 pitching clutch. So compared to high-end relievers, his pitching clutch is a little lower, but it's still fine. I'm not complaining about it. Control is there, break is there, except for the curveball. But I wouldn't really use the curveball that much on this card. Let's take a look at the new World Series rewards, starting with Clay Buchholz, no-hitter milestone card. So many people loved his Jolt card in the beginning of the year. I didn't really use him that much, but he was very good according to a lot of people. So this 99 made a lot of people very excited. 116 hits per 9, 100 Ks per 9, 105 clutch, 111 clutch, 105 stamina. Great pitch mix with 4-seam, circle change, curve, sinker, cutter. Speed differentials could be a little better on the circle change and the curve. And he doesn't throw super hard, but he throws hard enough. The control is pretty solid for the top 3, and the break is good for the top 4. So as long as you don't throw the cutter excessively, this card will be very good. So here's Larry Walker, Silver Slugger, 99 overall, right fielder, 108, 120 contact, 90, 96 power, 100 vision, 117 clutch, diamond defense. He's going to be great defensively with good speed, can only play right field. Now, before I say what I'm going to say, I just want to say one thing. This is a very good card. I'm not saying it's not a good card. He destroys lefties and is good against righties, good clutch, elite defense and speed. He can bring pretty much everything except stealing bases. What has happened to Larry Walker cards since MLB 20? I don't understand. That MLB 20 Larry Walker, those of you who played MLB 20, that was one of the best cards in the game. And ever since then, his cards have never been that good offensively, never been that good speed and stealing. That's just something I'd like to note. But regardless, his 99s have still been good, but it's just kind of insane that they haven't been as good as the signature Larry Walker from MLB 20. But just looking at this card alone, it's a good card. So we did not get new flawless rewards for Battle Royale. What it is now is it's a chase player pack. So if you go flawless, you get to choose one chase player and it's guaranteed. So you're basically guaranteed Ketel Marte or whoever you want. And this is an interesting change that they made. BR has just been absolutely atrocious this year. Nobody is playing it because the rewards haven't been good, and they end up being quick sell right after they get taken out of the pack. So it's not like you're making that many stubs. That's number one. And then also, people aren't playing it because the multiplayer program exists, and they basically, if you didn't play before this year, they used to have individual multiplayer programs for each mode. There was a ranked seasons program, there was a BR program, and then events had their own rewards. Now that it's all together, nobody's playing BR or even events. And so a lot of people are speculating that BR is going to get removed. And I'm not going to discuss all of this in this video. I might make a future video on it. But it's an interesting topic and something we should keep our eye on for the future of MLB The Show. Now let's take a look at the MLB Speedway Classic program that came out yesterday. I already have this completed. There are 4 cards. 99 Acuna, a free 99 Acuna. This is a great card. 108, 100 contact, 115, 103 power, 105 clutch, insane arm strength and accuracy, maxed out speed, stealing, and aggressiveness. Doesn't have the best fielding and reaction and can only play right, but he's going to be very valuable out there anyway with that arm and that speed. So the fielding isn't going to be that bad, but it's still something to note. If you get him in parallel 1, he'll be silver and right. So it's kind of like whatever. Moving down the program, 98 Chase Burns, 4-seam slider, circle change, 12-6. I hate the 12-6. Sweeper. So a pretty solid pitch mix though. Obviously has outlier in the 4-seam. Control is not good. Break is only good for the top 2 pitches. Good per 9s and clutch, but it's going to be hard to locate with this card. We have a 98 Spencer Strider, 4-seam slider, slur, circle change. He just doesn't really have the pitch mix to be good in this game. He does have outlier, good per 9s, really good pitching clutch, but the pitch mix, not really the best. And then we have a 97 Matt McLain, who's good against lefties, not that good against righties for this stage of the power creep. Good clutch, solid defense, but has amazing speed, which, I mean, it kind of makes sense why these guys have good speed. It's the Speedway Classic series. So now let's get into the content that was released today. We have July Spotlight Drop 3, so we only have 1 more to go for the Lightning. So the final reward in the program is this 99 Shea Langoliers, and this is a beast of a catcher. I mean, this being a free option at catcher, I feel like I'm going to be seeing this Shea Langoliers on everyone's team. If you don't have Cal Raleigh, if you don't have Mike Napoli, this card is probably your best option for catcher. He's completely free to get. Maxed out stats versus lefties, 120 clutch, 100, 109 versus right, so still great. The vision and the discipline are very low, but he's still an insane card offensively, and he's pretty solid on defense, has a really good arm in the 80s for accuracy and reaction, and he even has some speed as a catcher. This is an insane free 99. Moving down the program, I mentioned with this Nolan Ryan that he was going to go down eventually, either with a flash sale or they would put the pack somewhere in the game and to not buy him and to sell him, and I was right, of course. They added the legend pack to this program, so all these guys should be super cheap now. So if you still need the last ride voucher for the Bautista, there you go. And then let's quickly go through the Tops Now cards. Bryce Matthews, pretty balanced hitter across the board, silver defense, good speed, can play second, third, and short. And then Rich Hill, who is somehow still pitching, great pitch mix, has no velocity, has insane break, good per 9s, and good clutch. So if you've done the Addison Barger and the Cody Bellinger programs and you get Shea Langoliers today, you're going to get this 99 Nicholas Kurtz from the A's. The A's theme team got a huge upgrade today, 2 99s. This card is insane, completely free to get, maxed out stats versus righties and clutch. Versus lefties, he's still good, 100, 106. Vision is kind of low, discipline is much higher than the Langoliers. The defense is pretty bad, but if you put him at first, it won't really matter that much. 66 speed makes him decently serviceable on right, but that arm is just not good enough for the outfield, so I would only put this card at first base. He's probably going to go right into that spot on my team. This is amazing that they added this free card. Like, this is just great content. Yesterday they added a new headliner, being 99 Torrey Hunter gold glove card, 95 125 contact, 105 97 power, 100 clutch, great defense and speed. This is a solid center fielder option, but I feel like there are better outfielders in the game right now, but still a good card. And let's take a look at the July Spotlight pack. So we have a Tyler Glasnow, who just came back from an injury, doesn't have a good pitch mix, but everything else is pretty solid. Does he have outlier? He has break outlier. Michael Harris, he had a really underrated game because it came the day after Mr. Kurtz. But 125 contact right, 101 contact left, good power, good clutch, good defense and speed. Like, this is a great outfielding option. And then let's take a look at the tops now. Trent Grisham, great versus right, solid versus left, good clutch. We have Jonathan India, all around pretty balanced hitter, contact in the 110s and clutch as well, can play second, third, and left. And then lastly, we have another A, Carlos Cortez, can play 6 positions with good contact and silver defense. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, but most importantly, make sure to subscribe on here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.